Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Giselle Mills. Welcome! So, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little wrap-up video about the books that I read for September. Now, I'm quite pleased and proud of myself because I actually read all 3 books which I had on my September TBR. You can check my September TBR video. I'll put the link down below. Now, I don't read as fast as the majority of the booktubers here on Booktube. And I explained why I don't read as fast as the majority of booktubers in my Booktube newbie video. But just in case you didn't watch it, I'll put the link down below as well. I don't read as fast because, well, I do other things. I write, I'm an author, and I do many other things besides read and write. So, as I was saying guys, I managed to read all 3 books from my September TBR and I'm quite pleased. So the first book I read was this book, The Jumbies by Tracy Batiste. It's a middle grade book. It's about this girl named Corinne, and she lives on an island which is also inhabited by these creatures called Jumbies. It's based on folklore stories told here in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, and I believe this story is also based on a Haitian story. So it's a middle grade novel. I'm not used to reading middle grade, but it was interesting. It was quite a different read for me because I've never read a story featuring Jumbies. It's an adventure story basically. Corinne and her friends have to try and fight these Jumbies in order to save their island. And yeah, she discovers that she may not be a normal child, which gives her a unique ability in the fight against the Jumbies. So it was an interesting read, but more suited for younger audiences, middle grade audiences. It was quite fast paced and there was lots of action happening in Jumbies, as well as the sequel, which is the second book I read, which was on my September TBR list. Rise of the Jumbies, which is the sequel, also written by the same author, Tracy Batiste. Now, this sequel, it had even more adventure, much more things happening to the main character and her friends. They go to different places. As you see from the cover, there's this mermaid Jumbie creature who lives under the sea. So Corinne and her friends have to go on a quest again in order to try and save their island. But this time, all the action takes place mainly under the sea, and they also meet some other mermaids. I think I preferred the sequel to the original novel. A lot more things happening, which made it even more exciting and interesting. And even though I don't read middle grade books anymore because, well, I'm an adult now, this book was more enjoyable to me, in my opinion. Because like I said, of the action, I like mermaids. They're quite unique and interesting. And I like how this story tried to touch on slavery and its impact on life for the creatures as well as for the inhabitants of the islands. It was done in a way which was appropriate for the age group, but also it left an emotional impact, at least upon me. But I think it was well written, and I would recommend this for younger audiences, but those who are not afraid of scary stories. Because to me it was a bit scary, more so the first book, The Jumbies, but an adventurous story nevertheless. After I read those 2 books, I read the 3rd book, which was on my September TBR, which is called Our Nig, written by Harriet E. Wilson. And as I explained in my September TBR video, this book was written by Harriet E. Wilson, who was an abolitionist. This was written back in 1859. It was published in 1859. And it's recognized as the first book to be published in America by an African American author, and a female at that. It's a very short story. It's a novella or novelette. It's about a girl named Fredo, and it's basically chronicling the life of the author and her experiences growing up abandoned by her mother and being forced to live with this white family and endure horrific abuse, ill treatment, and yeah, until she's finally able to leave. Now, it was very emotionally wrenching for me, and I don't like stories that make me sad, but when I was reading this, it didn't really make me sad to the point that I did not want to finish. I definitely wanted to finish it. I wanted to see how the main character got out of her situation I was looking forward to her finally finding happiness. In a way, she sort of found it. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's both a happy and sad story. But if you like historical fiction, I would definitely recommend this book. When I finished reading this book, I felt even prouder, if possible, of the struggles and the ability of my ancestors to overcome the terrible adversity that they faced through slavery. And it really made me proud of who I am, the people who I came from, and the fact that, you know, we never gave up. So if you like historical fiction, I would definitely recommend this, especially African American fiction or any kind of fiction which features the struggles of people who have been marginalized and placed in extremely difficult circumstances. So yes, I would definitely recommend this novel. Great book. And it was written so beautifully. I've actually made notes of some of the phrases which the author used in this novel, which I found to be so beautiful and very descriptive. It's just well written. The sentence structure and everything, I loved it. And stories written like this book made me really wish I could write as beautifully and as descriptively as the author did. But perhaps in time. But I really admired this story, how it was written, the themes, and just generally everything about it. So I'm glad I read it. So guys, those were the 3 books I read in September. And for sure, I would say my favorite one would have been Our Nig. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what I have to read for October, guys. I'll be doing my October TBR video very soon, so look out for it. If you guys did a September wrap-up video, you can let me know in the comments as well so I can check it out. And I hope you guys actually managed to read all your books like I did, or a few of your books. But as long as you read, that's what's important. So thank you guys very much for watching my video. Now if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It's nice and easy and free. Just click that red button, go on. And once you finish, hit the notification bell as well so you'd always know whenever I post a new video. Feel free also to follow me on my various social media accounts. I'm on Twitter at Giselle_Mills. I'll put it here on the screen as well as down below in the description bar as well. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. And I also have a website, which is gisellemillsbooks.com. So guys, thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.